Hello and thank you for watching my videos. So today, the story today is about a couple who got married, but they just found out they never lived together before, and so the wedding on the first time they lived together, they slept in the same house and woke up in the same house was the day after they got married, and they just found out that none of them know how to cook. So in the morning, they wake up and they're asking before they went on a honeymoon, they're asking each other to cook. So the wife is asking your husband to cook a meal. Well, actually, like breakfast, because it's still in the morning, and the husband is asking his wife to cook a certain breakfast. They're both saying I don't know how to cook. They, you know, and so they think this is crazy. I mean, how come none of them know how to cook? Like, how are they gonna eat if they don't know how to cook? So they start buying microwave food. So every day they just buy microwave food. Go to the shop, get microwave food, get home, put in the microwave, done. They don't know. It's so bad. They don't know how to. They don't even know. The only thing they know how to do is boil water and make a cup of tea. That's it. And that's it. Like, also they can do cereal. Like, they can pour into a bowl, put milk in it, maybe microwave it. That's about it. Anything else when it comes to cooking, they have no clue. They don't know. So they, for the first 2 months of the marriage, they've literally lived off microwave food, and now they're just getting fed up. They're missing like home cookings and all that, because when they were single, they just both lived at home and they never bothered to learn how to cook, so the families just cooked for them. And now they're bored of microwave food and they really miss the home cooking meals. They've asked the families to help them teach them how to cook, so they are now learning how to cook, but then they've realized that they actually hate cooking, and that's one of the main reasons why they don't know how to cook, because they hate it. They can't stand the time it takes in the kitchen to cook a meal, a decent, healthy meal. They think it just takes too long. For them, if they have to spend 5 minutes in the kitchen making something to eat or cooking something, that's too long for them. 5 minutes in the kitchen, way too long. For them, it's just 2 minutes, done. And what they do in that 2 minutes, it's just to put food in the microwave and then take it out after that. Put food in the microwave, go sit down for a bit, however long it takes in the microwave. They're not sitting obviously in the kitchen like working or cooking or chopping or doing whatever. And just waiting for the food. They could be doing anything else. Microwave is done. Get the food out and just eat. So they hate cooking because it involves so many different things. It's such a skill. And because they think, there's chopping, you got to wash ingredients, you got to chop this, chop that, you got to do that and get this, you got to know all these recipes and you got to follow these instructions, you got to measure this and measure that, and it just takes too long. 10 minute 20-minute cooking, they cannot be asked. They literally cannot be asked, and now they just don't know what to do. They've learned how to cook, they kind of know how to cook now, but they just still won't cook because it's just one of those things they just can't. They hate doing. They literally hate cooking with passion. They will do anything else. They'll clean, they'll go to work, any other chores, but cooking, no. They love eating, obviously. Cooking, no. So basically they live off micro food. They had to go back on micro food even after doing cooking lessons, and they went back on like just takeaways, buying food from, going on to restaurants, and any restaurants that deliver food, they would do that. They would buy food from them. Just that's how they're surviving. And so now, after 1 year of being married, and 1 year in the marriage, and they're still living like this, they're really frustrated. It's becoming one of the main arguments in the marriage. Cooking. What are they gonna do? None of them like cooking, so it's not like one of them knows how to cook, and now that person knows how to cook and actually cooks can say, can start blaming the other. Oh, you don't cook this and that. No, because they can blame each other. So basically, it's both of them's fault. It's not just one person's fault that they don't know how to cook. And obviously, they don't want to get divorced over it. They've been thinking of maybe hiring a chef, because they hate cooking that much. They'd rather hire a chef, their own personal chef. But then they can't afford it because it's just too expensive. There's no way they can afford a chef. So that is really frustrating for them. And the way they've been going about eating is just... So the husband is saying, oh, you're the woman. He's saying to his wife, oh, aren't wives supposed to cook for the husband? Trying to trick her into that. And she said, no, don't you start with this wife things. No, if you don't cook, we can both cook. You cook, I cook. And in this case, none of us cook. So what if I'm your wife? It doesn't mean I have to cook for you. Vice versa, you're my husband, but you don't have to cook for me. So what are we gonna do? Like, literally, they have no solution to this. They've been begging the family members to cook for them, and the family members have been really kind, and they've been cooking their meals and bringing them to their house, and they've been doing that for a long time now, 6 months. But these family members they're tired of it. They've stopped it. They've said they are enabling them. If they keep cooking for them, they would never want to learn how to cook, and they will just rely on them. And they've had enough. 6 months of cooking for them, they've had enough. They say, you know what, you're adults, sort this out yourselves. We're not going to be cooking for you. We're not your chefs. It's just simply that they don't want to cook. It's just one of those things they hate the most in the world, cooking. So I don't know, that's the problem. And in the marriage, like most people say, one of the biggest things that couples that trigger fights in the marriage is finance, which is true. But in this case, the biggest issue that causes most of the fight is not finance, it's cooking. Some people say the way through a man's heart, is food. That's what some people say. And she's even said that to his wife. If you wanna get through my heart, you have to cook for me. It's food. He's trying to get her to cook, because the thing is, not everyone loves cooking, but people cook anyway. But in their case, they just won't cook because they don't like it, which is crazy. Hopefully one day they'll decide to cook, because they know how to cook by now. They've learned. They know how to cook. Hopefully one day they'll decide they're fed up of fighting each other. They're fed up of wasting all this money, buying food, which is a lot of money. They literally spend a lot of money on food just because they don't want to cook. Restaurants all the time, microwave food, fast food, all these things. Maybe one day it will be, they'll be overwhelmed on how much money they're wasting, and they'll decide to just cook, because all they're missing is not the skill, is just the willingness to do it. So that's the story of today. I'm thanking you for listening and watching my video. Thank you so much, and hopefully you come back to watch my next ones. Take care. Bye.